Hi. So we're going to make some 90-minute whole wheat bread. And the first thing we need to do is activate our yeast. So I've got some water heated up. It's about 108. And we'll get going. We're going to add some sugar. Stir that up. And then we're going to put in 2 1/4 teaspoons of active dry yeast. And we're going to sit back and let that activate. It'll probably take about 5 minutes. The first thing we're going to do is put in 2 cups of flour. I just ground this, and it's hard red winter wheat. Freshly ground whole wheat makes the best bread. Now we're going to add in a little bit of vital gluten, about a tablespoon and a half, and a teaspoon of salt. Now we're going to add in our activated yeast. And I used a 1/2 cup of water on that, so I need another 1/2 cup of warm water. And I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of oil and some honey, probably about a tablespoon. I'm going to go ahead and mix this up. If you use the dough hook, it just takes forever. That's a little bit dry. Add a little bit of water. It changes a little bit every time due to the humidity and the flour. We'll put our dough hook on. And then we'll start mixing. So we want this to clean the sides, and so we need to add some flour until it does that. And never really measure these, it's just by feel, because it changes every time a little bit. So do about 1/4 to 1/2 cup at a time. Alright, it's starting to form a ball, and we're going to let it mix a little bit. Still needs some more. Alright, now we're going to let that run for 6 minutes. Take a lot of the handwork out of this. So you can see after about 5 or 6 minutes that the dough is a lot more elastic, and that's exactly what we want. And then it's developing the gluten. So let's stop it and take it over to the kneading board. and do some hand kneading. Okay, so now we're going to knead this a little bit, and this dough is a little dry, so I'm not going to put flour on the board, but you can just adjust as necessary. And we're just gonna pick it up, turn it, and push it back down. And we do this about 50 or 60 times. That's about 10. 20. 30. 40. It's about 50. It's getting a little bit dry. It's 60. Do a little bit more. And I go like this and put a little bit more oil on the board. It doesn't stick. And then we're going to cover that and let it rest for about 10 minutes. Okay, it's been about 10 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and get this ready to put it in the pan. So I generally just roll it out a little bit, seam on the bottom like that. Pan. I don't even grease the pan. And then put a little bit of oil on top. You could use a brush, but I don't. It'll keep it from drying out. And then we're gonna proof it. And I'm gonna put it in my oven. I've got a proofing oven, and it'll take about 30 minutes. Okay, so I want to wait until this is about 1 inch above the rim, and your index finger is a pretty good guide. So that's about right. So we're going to go ahead and bake that. So this bread is done, and as you can see, it puffed up quite a bit more than, I'm not going to touch it, but it's higher than it was, which is great. Okay, so let's get into this bread and see what it looks like on the inside. Nice high loaf. Not too many air pockets in this one, but I can assure you that that is very light.